name is Gizelle Simpson, and I teach at Wynberg Girls Junior School in the Western Cape, and I'm the ICT Integrator.
And Gizelle, you have just been nominated as a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert for the fourth
Yes,
time.
I think it's, yes.
4 5, yeah.
5 time, yeah, the 5th time, I think.
Congratulations, so
So
well deserved. But in that vein, won't you tell us about your journey to E2?
Yes, so I was selected to go to E2, that's the Global Educator Exchange of Microsoft, and I was selected to go to Paris. And how that process went about was you had to submit a lesson that you did using the Microsoft tools, and how it basically just enhanced your teaching and the students' learning. So I designed this project, and back then I was teaching at a very rural school, and my class sizes were huge, like 50 to 60 in a class, and it was also a high school. And I needed to find ways to get these students engaged with the content. And at that time, I was teaching English as a first additional language. And so I designed this project using the novel that they were doing at that time, Buckingham Palace, and using the Microsoft tools. And it just changed my perspective on teaching and learning completely. I've never been the same since. My teaching pedagogy has never been the same since. And I think it's just evolved from there. And every year I just aim to inspire more students and teachers using technology in the classroom and using especially the Microsoft platform, which is so rich in all these educational tools.
So Gizelle, tell us about your relationship with the Microsoft Educator Center.
Oh gosh, that is like my go-to. You know, as a teacher, you're always searching for ways in which you can empower yourself. And as a government school teacher, it's so difficult. And I know the space that the school sectors and education sector is in, it's not always possible to issue out all that training and to do it mass across the districts and the circuits. And so when I started with a Microsoft Educator Center platform, I went there initially because I'd been given the smart classroom. And for me, that was like, I didn't want to become that teacher who just used the interactive whiteboard to put up a PowerPoint, because I didn't think that was going to serve my students well. And so I went on to this Educator Center, and I went to go and do a couple of courses, and I mean, you get badges and points. Like, who doesn't love badges and points? But also then I just found like it was just so enriching. There was such a lot of content on there and things that I wanted to know more about. I literally could just go on there, do a quick course or a learning path, and then I was upskilled. I didn't have to search many different things, and it's free for every educator. That was the biggest thing, because I mean, we don't have money. So to have a free platform that is upskilling you, I mean, that was a no-brainer. So I continue to do personal development on there. I encourage other teachers to go on there and upskill themselves. And it's just an amazing platform.
So Gizelle, on the Educator Center, you are now a master trainer and a Microsoft Innovative Educator trainer, and just share how you mentor and work with your teachers at your school.
So sure, I just can tell you that, you know, as a teacher, you have to have a mentor in order to become a mentor. And like Charmaine, you've been mentoring me for many, many years. And I think the most important thing that, especially that I've learned from you, is for us to give teachers that freedom, but also to let them know that, listen, it's okay to try and not make it, and then to try again. And I think that's the nice thing about this platform as well, because you go on there, you can do a course, and then you take the quiz. if you don't make the quiz, you get to retake it again. And that's the beauty of it. So I encourage my teachers especially, and I think it's also now with when we experience the remote learning, everyone wants a go-to, like, how do I do this? I'm struggling with something in Teams. I'm struggling with what is a Flipgrid. So they literally go on there, do a quiz, after they do a course, and then they themselves now know how to use it better instead of just me saying to them or talking them through it. So it's that space that they have.
So Gizelle, Wynberg Girls Junior has a Microsoft 365 education tenant where all the staff and learners have had access to both the online and the offline apps for education. And as a public school, you receive this license from the Western Cape Education Department at no cost. So I am very aware of the fact that you have championed the Microsoft cause at Wynberg Girls Junior. Can you just tell us about that?
So when I got to Wynberg Girls Junior School, there was already like some pathway and footwork that was laid prior to me getting there. They weren't fully on Microsoft platform. They were still on the other platform that they were using. But then obviously with my experience with the platform, I just wanted to share that passion and that knowledge with the teachers there. And so I started off mentoring a grade. So what I did initially was I would go and meet each grade when they were doing their planning, and I would advise them on different tools and how they could use it in their classroom and in their teaching and learning. So I mentored a grade, the grade 4s, and they absolutely ran with it. Once they saw what this can do, like the accessibility tools and just the collaborative tools, they ran with it. And then we showcased them. So we have little kit meetings where the staff get together and we share ideas and best practice. And so I showcased them, what we had been doing with them and how it impacted the students. And from there, you got the buy-in, because now people started seeing, like, listen, this is a solid platform and the students are benefiting, the teachers are benefiting. And so we just ran with it. And when we had to go and teach remotely, for us, it was easy because we had now moved over to this platform completely.
Gizelle, so you have got access to the offline apps. Has that been an advantage for you and the girls?
Absolutely. I think also with the state of, data and internet and Wi-Fi and fiber and things like that, the offline apps has made it so easy because now you're working offline and the minute you come into Wi-Fi, everything is then syncing online. So it's been absolute blessing for the students and the teachers in that regard.
What are your favorite apps in Microsoft 365?
Oh, mine would definitely have to be, I would say, Sway. Because Sway just makes my life also so much easier. It makes like presentations like so easy and simple, and I can embed things and move things around, and it gives me design ideas. And so for a teacher, we're always trying to do time management. So that for me really saves a lot of time and makes it look like I'm super expert at designing presentations, and Microsoft just helped me there. So that is definitely one. Obviously, Teams is, I can't live without Teams now because it's just one platform where we can just collaborate, the staff, the students. We have ground staff, our SGB, all of them on one space. And what I like about it also is like Microsoft is so good with security. So our domain, everything in there is just so safe and secure, and we don't have to have issues worrying about that. So yeah, those are my best. And then OneNote, like my digital binder, the best thing for teachers in sliced bread, because goodbye to that massive files that we've been carrying and lugging along for many years. So OneNote definitely. And then also my OneDrive. I don't use any flash drives. I don't know what those are anymore. And everything is just saved and stored safely in the cloud. So yeah.
So, Gizelle, do you have any advice, tips, or words of wisdom for schools who are interested in using Microsoft 365 for education?
I'd say definitely go and do some research, find out what is this platform. Don't be fearful. It's going to streamline your education. It's going to streamline your administration. It's going to, you think when it's tech, it disconnects you, but it actually is going to connect you and your students. It's going to help you for collaboration. You're just going to grow as a teacher, and your students are going to grow in confidence and creativity and in critical thinking. So take the plunge, go for it. It's absolutely an amazing platform, and it's going to change the way you see teaching and learning.